Hi guys, welcome to another PS Pro tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you two tools. I'm going to show you the paint bucket tool, which is over here, and the gradient tool. I'm putting these in the same video because they're both really quick tools just to get your head around, so I thought rather than making two videos I'll just compress them into one. So the first one is the paint bucket tool. Obviously we can go down here, as we already know, and pick any colour that we want, and if you want to just drop in a simple colour, we open up a new layer and we just literally fill it like that. Takes a few seconds, really not much to say there. Whatever colour we pick, we can just drop straight on in. So I'm just going to put that back to black. Now of course we can use a marquee tool, which I've already shown you, and it just fills it for you. So that's all good. I'm going to close that down, and I'm just going to make another layer, and I'm going to make sure I haven't got any of the workspace selected, and I'm going to show you the gradient tool. So I'm going to head on back on over here, and you can see up here you've got a nice little box that opens up, and that's the gradient. And if I literally just draw a line just across the page, I can just start putting different colors in, whatever the colors that I've copied here. So I'm going to do from blue to black now. And you can see I can start making, just by dragging different shapes and different layers, I can get a ton of cool effects exactly how I want using the gradient tool. So if I click up here, I've got a few pre-made gradients. Now normally I just like to make my own because that's pretty ugly if I don't say so myself. But you can see the kind of things that you can do. Normally what I like to do is have it set to the foreground and the background, have a couple of colours that I've got in the actual logo, and I can start making lots of little effects. So that's the paint bucket and the gradient tool. Really simple tutorial, and you can see how you can start building up there and getting different examples of effects and images of what you can actually do. Now you've also got different types of gradients. So the one that I've just been using was the linear gradient, where obviously it's a line. You've also got, if I go up here, I've got a radial gradient, which is like it's circular based, and depending on how I'm drawing across now will create a ton of cool different effects. You've got pointed kind of gradients, so where you start from the actual first line that you do, you've got it creates a little noid, and it makes basically like an angle version. And you've also got, again, if I head on up over here, like a reflected gradients. These are pretty cool. These make nice little effects, and depending on what you do, it will just kind of give you like a reflected example. And the last one, heading on back over here, is the diamond gradient. Now I never really use that. I always think it looks a bit tacky. You might like it. Normally I'll just have the linear gradient selected, and I'll get whatever effect that I actually want. Now if you click on the actual gradient itself, you get a nice little gradient editor. So if you want to start adding more colors, you can very simply then start making more advanced kind of gradients and really digging down and making different variations. So let me just show you what I'm doing here. So this is going to be a nice metallic one. If I move it like that and then do another gradient, you'll see it adds another little color in there. So lots of different things you can use that for, guys. You've probably seen gradients here, there and everywhere on the internet, and that's how you do it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this really quick tutorial, and I'll see you in another tutorial soon.